You don't have any questions?
We're in awe, yeah, amazed.
So I have a comment. I cannot tell you how freeing this experience is for me, because I always thought, with my limited experience, that I had to have a pointed brush and pretty much hold my brush vertical, and yours is curved and askew and everything, and you just put the paint on the paper. So it is so freeing for me to just see this again and again.
I'm so
So
glad that you
thank
got
you.
it.
No, thank you so much.
Oh, you know, so we just paint the, what I feel that I probably wanted to have a more stuff to show you that how that this is a very important point.
Well, and watching your pressure and your brush work with your hand and direction, that also is really amazing for me to see.
It's just so freeing that you can just put paint on paper and do what you kind of want to do instead of following all these strict rules to make botanical peony, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that struck me too. I mean, this is your painting. We're the artists. You can do whatever.
Mhm.
You know? Of course, he knows what he's doing. That's why he's the master. Thank you for mentioning birds. When I'm going around, where's the birdie?
See, this is even a second, but you got a lot of the colors in, and it's rather not to repeat it this color.
Plus, as the paint dries, I guess because you're using this Marie's paint, it changes like as it dries, and the layers kind of it become more apparent. So you don't really know what's going to happen until it's done.
What would happen if you use Western tube watercolors on this paper?
They smear a much because their colors is very fine. It's like our, some reason I never used them before, but I use a Chinese paint. I mean a Chinese white of
Like Winsor
out of the
Newton,
Winsor Newton.
yeah. But you wouldn't use any of the other colors?
I never used it. I never
on
tried.
Schwinn.
That's the only thing. I'll probably try to see what is different.
I may try.
I've got a lot more of those.
Well, me too.
Yeah.
That's why I'm curious.
Why not?
Well, before you buy more paint.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy anymore. I have so much art stuff.
Wasn't there an award in the Nationals using Winsor Newton's, because they gave the award, and I thought there was, so you could use watercolor. I cannot say what it would do when you mount it. I'd probably put another sheet of rice paper underneath it.
I never have anything that's worth mounting.
Yes. Yes.
I just want to know what would happen to the.
You keep saying that, but you do.
You think Winsor and Newton had a little influence in there, maybe?
Yeah, didn't we have an award at one point in the Nationals? Like
spray it
the Winsor Newton
to set the
Mm,
color
Before you with what?
Creole. It's. I'll
Like
send.
fixative?
Yeah, I'll send you some.
This is so messy
You
that
ever
it's
done a
exciting.
class using color?
I'm
So
planning.
we- and we use-
I'm planning to do one, but I haven't yet. No,
Do you know what kind of colors
that I'll use.
Yeah, or that you'll suggest for students?
I think you can be free like that.
I'm gonna
once you know the
experiment,
rules,
and
you
then I'm
totally
gonna
understand it, and
see
you're
if I can work out an arrangement with Oriental Art Supply. Yeah.
And then even then,
We had our botany lesson yesterday.
That's a good point, Reggie.
What was that? I'm sorry, Miss.
I said you really have to understand the flower to be that free. And then again, not so. I mean, it's,
You have to understand it and then transcend it.
yeah.
Well, that
And I
sounds
think
poetic.
many samples lay on the floor.
learn the rules first before you can break them.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Well, Chunky, she always says that, you know, there's chord, that you really have to know chord before you can paint them.
Just like in figure painting, you have to know a little bit about the anatomy.
At least there's the chair in that.
Heard by Bruno.
One head, two arms, two legs.
Until the surrealists came along.
Yeah, that's true. But they knew the rules,
For
first
sure.
they were traditional classic painters, and then they did their thing.
Do you do public, commissions, like for private? Painting.
Not for the Sumi.
Mhm.
I sold some Sumi before in the gallery, but I stopped doing that.
Why?
So much of the past 15 years, I concentrated watercolor a lot.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. I do watercolors, I don't have to worry about.
And
mounting
you have to really concentrate. You can't do everything. I mean, it's you know what I'm saying? That's a.
What do you enjoy more? Which?
I don't know. So I like them all. Drawing, paint. I mean, oil, the watercolor, and the Sumi. I do know, but it's only past the 15 years that I was so I spent so much time on the watercolor, and I got a very familiar, and then I know, and I still have a lot of issue, and then I need to work with, like landscape, everything. So, but now I got switched to oil. I suddenly one day I found that oil was kind of a interesting in a certain way when you apply the paints, and I just love that. I thought I need to try. So that's you know, in the past, I mean the next probably 1 or 2 years, it's oil.
Have you done acrylics? That's less messy.
I just don't like acrylic because you
Dries
have
too
to
fast.
really handle the time,
Mhm.
or your palette, everything is kind of become like a dry and a plastic. So
Well, you won so many awards and ever since I found out you drove all the probably from Ohio forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you're painting for yourself,
Uh-huh.
how long is your day? Do you paint for hours or all day or have a schedule?
No, I'm not very a good painter, and I cannot stay for like 40 minutes.
40
And I
minutes,
have to
Sure.
play. I need to watch TV.
Breaks.
I'm so excited. I thought, oh my God, I told you, I'm just the opposite. I have to wait until last minute to get in front of my easel. It just, I cannot concentrate. That's probably a little kind of an issue, medical issue or something. I cannot concentrate.
That sounds so odd, because you're so patient and attentive here, you know?
But here I have to finish. That's why, you know, I've been selling the Sumi in St. Louis. But every time the gallery, you know, the owner chased me around, you have to get me more painting. I found I haven't committed to any of the gallery. I know that's a hassle. Every time they said, you need to get me like a 10 paintings or one shows. And I can't get that. So that's why sometimes I use this kind of attending the competition or show. They have a deadline to kind of push me. I don't have a self-motivation, guys. That's, I know, you know.
So is this torture for you?
What?
Is this torture for you, what you're doing today?
No, I mean, this is a,
He's
you
very
know.
nice. He's very polite.
So every time that,
You don't want him to answer. Sore shoulders.
Well, was there combat pay in that?
Combat pay.
so I love this. Can you see that? It's bleeding out there.
Yeah.
It's nice here. You know.
The other thing I'm surprised to see is that, like, almost like after you finish painting, you blot it real quick, whereas I would just leave it and it would become a puddle, and I would be so upset at the end. I never thought about blotting it,
Or
you
it'd
know?
be a big chick.
So many things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With a watermark all around.
Big bird.
Big bird.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you came?
I am, I'm so glad I
I
came.
know you.
Yes.
All
And I remembered my snow boots, just in case, and my snow brush. I thought, I can't believe it, the last minute I threw it in.
You gotta be prepared when you travel. Pack some food, just in case.
How many hours did it take you to get here?
Well, it was supposed to be 5, but it turned out to be 6.5. And that would have been fine, except I hardly got any sleep the night before. And it was all stressful to be here, like, exactly 9:30. It was rough.
Well, that's a long journey.
You know,
How
plus
far away is your hotel?
Oh, 3 miles. Marriott, by the way, is 3 miles.
How did you know?
Did you get good sleep last
It
night?
did.
That's good.
I didn't think I'd be here today, you know, we got quite a bit
Yeah.
more north, we had about 6 inches.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Oh,
snow
wow.
pile came today.
Oh,
God
good.
bless America, 509, I hear this, but it's.
Yeah, well, he stayed at the same hotel, so I couldn't say I'm snowed in.
Yeah, that's true. Have a private lesson.
So Professor, if you were doing this on, to sell,
I probably have to do several until that I, you know, easily to get at least just 3-4 pieces until that you got a better one.
okay.
And then it's good thing that you can have the secondary to keep for yourself.
Yes. Oh, I see, okay.
And then what do you do with all the ones you keep for yourself? Like,
I just laying down there, and you know, if there's a show something that until I accumulate it a good enough, and I will put it in the gallery.
Mm.
But if I don't have that many, I would just.
Have you ever entered any of your birds in the Birds in Art up north in that Wausau Museum in Wisconsin?
Not kind of those very colorful. I will use to paint the black and white peony and the black birds. I just only use this color to get that, flower. Everything's black and white.
Okay.
And I just, some reason I thought probably is more of a, academic, interesting, rather than the colorful to to be too sweet.
I understand.
If I wanted to give somebody like somebody's my friend's kind of a daughter or son, their wedding, and then I'd probably paint it more colorful thing.
That's kind of your signature there, those little
That's what I was
dewdrops,
thinking.
huh?
Yeah, that's signature dust.
Okay.